Good afternoon, viewers of YouTube. My name is Tyler of ChicoCrypto.com, and welcome to another episode of Crypto, and of course the cold one. Today's guest, I think you guys will like it, is Kona Brewing Company's Cocoa Brown. I really didn't like it last time. It's a gross beer, but people have said that they like when I drink gross beers on my channel. Where the fuck is the bottle? Oh, whoops. All right, get this thing open. I couldn't figure out where the bottle opener was. There's so many tools on this bastard. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Add this to the beer cap tower. Ooh, it's getting tall, guys. So, Ledger, supposedly the safest place to keep your cryptos, has been shown to have a backdoor vulnerability. Officials for Ledger have said in 2015 that there is absolutely no way that an attacker could replace the firmware and make it pass attestation without knowing the Ledger private key. Earlier this year, Ledger's CTO, Nicholas Baca, said that attestation was so foolproof that it was safe to buy the Ledger devices on eBay. I highly recommend against that, no matter what Ledger says. Always buy it from Ledger's site. Well, on Tuesday, a 15-year-old boy, let me say that again, a 15-year-old boy from the UK proved these claims to be wrong. The boy's name is Salim Rashid, and he demonstrated a proof of concept code that allowed him to backdoor the Ledger Nano S. The backdoor is a tiny 300 bytes long, and it causes the device to generate predetermined wallet addresses and recovery passwords known to the attacker. The attacker could then enter those passwords into a new Ledger hardware wallet to recover the predetermined private keys through the backdoor device. With the same approach, the attacker could do other damaging things, such as changing wallet destinations for payments. That is no good. So Ledger has posted a blog post detailing the vulnerabilities, and Salim will be receiving a bounty for his efforts. It looks like Salim worked with Ledger through the process, and I'm once again glad that Ledgers are safe for now. Well, now I would like to show you guys a video of how to update your Ledger to firmware 1.4.1. Enjoy. Yo, what's up, viewers? It looks like our Ledgers have a vulnerability in them. So Ledger has an update with their firmware 1.4. I just want to show you guys how to get your Ledger set up so it's safe. So let's begin. So the first thing, guys, is we want to turn on our Ledger. If you have a PIN already, enter it to get to your main screen. And then you're going to go over to settings. You double click on settings. You're going to go to your device and then firmware. And then that will tell you which firmware we have. The update is for firmware 1.4. And looks like we have 1.3.1. So it looks like we need to change. All right, everyone. The next step is to go into your Ledger Manager app on your computer. Make sure your Ledger's hooked up to your computer, cords in and everything. And then go to the Ledger Manager app. We'll pull that up. And we're going to go down to the Firmwares button right here. When you first open, it's just going to open your applications. Then you go to firmwares, and it looks like we have firmware version 1.41 that we need updated. So here's the step-by-steps. So it tells you to click on the firmware menu on the Ledger Manager application, and then you're going to want to click on the green arrow on the firmware version 1.4.1 line. So we'll go over there, version 1.4.1. And we will click install. So now that's installing it on our device. One thing I would recommend before doing this is to make sure you have your 24-word recovery phrase written down, especially if you have older than 1.3. Say if you have 1.2, you will need to re-enter that recovery phrase to get your funds back if you're 1.2 or lower. So make sure you have that written down. It's always a good thing to have that written down anyways. So we're updating right now. So before we can move on anywhere further, we have to allow the Ledger Manager on top of our actual Ledger Nano S. So click check. And it's going. Processing the update, and oh, that was quicker than I thought. And it says version 1.4.1. It has the identifier right here. So you do want to make sure that your firmware identifier, that number you see right there. So I'm just going in the background, making sure I'm doing everything correct. So it will say update to version 1.4. And so here's the number that we want right there on our ledger. And it looks good. So let's check it. And it's going to want me to enter my PIN code. I'm not going to show you guys this, so off camera, I'm going to do it. And it's updating my firmware right now. It says MCU firmware is outdated. Alright, so we're going to get the MCU after we insert our PIN. The MCU firmware is outdated. The next thing they want us to do is go to our Ledger Manager, right here, and then unplug our ledger, unplugged, and then it's going to want you to replug it in while holding the left button. Hold the left button, plug it in, and now it's going to say bootloader. And it's restoring my MCU, as you can see. Bootloader right there. Restoring MCU. We have everything, looks good. And now we have update on our ledger. So it should, after update, say processing, which we got. It says right here, for some reason your Nano S stays stuck displaying update and the Ledger Manager does not show the message installing firmware, but the default page to begin connect your Ledger wallet. It says first wait 5 minutes until the installing firmware message prompts, and if it does not, quit and launch again the Ledger Manager, disconnect your Nano S and connect your Nano S again and unlock it by entering the PIN code. But it looks like I'm all good. Mine's updated. It wants me to enter my PIN again, which I'll do off camera. Now we're updating. So now we want to check that everything went okay. So we'll go into settings, double click to go through, go to your device, make sure your firmware is good, 1.41. You want an MCU of 1.5, which we have, all good. So we're good with the secure element. You want to quit this app. So look, we only have settings on our ledger because the next step is actually to reinstall all your apps, such as Bitcoin, Neo's wallet, Ethereum's wallet. And once you reinstall those, everything should be good to go. So let's get to installing them. All right, now that we're back at our Ledger Manager, we have to install all of our whatever coins we're going to hold in all the applications. So go to applications. You're going to install each and every one again, depending on the coins you hold in your ledger. When it's going to ask you if you want to allow an application to download, so you're going to have to click check. So that's going to install Bitcoin. And you're really just going to go through each and every one. If you hold Ethereum, of course, get your Ethereum on there. Any ERC20 tokens can be held in Ethereums. You're going to have your Neo, of course. If you hold any Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, there's Digibyte, Hcash, Qtum, PIVX, Stealthcoin, Vertcoin, Viacoin, UBIQ, Expanse, Dash, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Fido, U2F, Litecoin, Stratus, Ripple, Zcash, Komodo, POSW Coin, Arc, Neo, and Stellar. Hell yeah for Stellar on Ledger. Main coins I hold on my ledgers are Neo, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And now I'm going to probably hold my my Stellar. So let's get Neo installed. It's going to ask you on your ledger if you want to do it. Processing. And now we got Neo and Bitcoin. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video of me showing you how to update your ledger. Just want to keep you guys safe. Thanks. So I would definitely recommend updating those ledgers, folks. The next news I would like to get into is one of my favorite cryptos besides Neo, Icon. Well, it looks like Icon has been confirmed to be listed on 2 Korean exchanges, Bithumb and Upbit. These are pretty much 2 of the biggest Korean exchanges, and the rise in volume that Icon will see will be substantial. The price has reacted nicely, almost up 50% as I shot this video. Icon is a definite long-term hold coin, and buying right now probably wouldn't be the best idea as it should have a correction. But now that South Koreans have a homegrown crypto, it's going to be available for them at home, and I would expect Icon to have some great price increases in the future when another bull run happens, especially if Bitrex's listing happens in the future, and there are rumors. The next crypto news I'd like to get into is regarding Neo. The China and Neo connection rumor is about as old as it gets for Neo and Ant shares. Well, good news for Neo, as the PBOC, or People's Bank of China, looks to be crypto-friendly. Yi Gang, who is the newly elected governor of the PBOC, is a US-educated economist who speaks English fluently. He will serve a 5-year term, and he actually started on Monday. In an interview with the Chinese media on March 19th, Yi referred to Bitcoin as the currency that gives everyone the freedom to participate. What's interesting is Chinese officials have said the innovative and progressive attitude of the governor represents the attitude of the Chinese Economic Organization. Dahongfei has even said that the Chinese government won't ever fully come out and support Neo, but like I thought we would see Chinese government slowly and quietly moving into cryptocurrency. Dahongfei is well connected to the Chinese government, I can guarantee that. And the fact that Neo is focusing on compliance and regulation, I can easily predict Neo being the chosen one. Just like Alibaba is the chosen e-commerce giant. Not officially, it's just known. So, some of the final crypto news I'd like to get into is regarding Chainlink. I talked about Chainlink a long time ago, probably like 4 or 5 months ago. Seems like years in crypto time. And I'm still very bullish on this coin, as decentralized oracles are needed in the world of dApps on Ethereum. So there is a major problem with smart contracts on Ethereum, as they can only manage data on the blockchain. But sometimes these dApps running the smart contracts need to retrieve data from off-chain APIs. And this is where Chainlink comes in. In simple terms, Chainlink takes information that is external to the blockchain applications and it puts it on the chain. So many people argue that centralized oracles are no problem and there isn't a need for Chainlink, but that's completely and utterly false, as centralized oracles from services such as Oracleize have gone down before, shutting down some Ethereum dApps as useless while the oracle is down. So this cannot happen if a bank or an enterprise goes online with a dApp, and Chainlink offers the service to make oracles shutting down a thing of the past. Well, good news for Chainlink, as the mainnet looks to be preparing to go online. In the GitHub of the testnet for Chainlink, there was a post about preparing for the mainnet. Here's an image of it now. Now, this is no official announcement and was uncovered. So once the official announcement happens, I could see a very nice price bump. Looking at the price right now, it looks like the people are buying the rumor, and I would expect the price to continue up in anticipation of the mainnet launch announcement. Well, viewers, thanks for watching this episode of Crypto in a Cold One. I'm very glad to be back. I took a few days off. Everyone needs some days off in crypto. This shit moves extremely fast. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not going to finish this nasty-ass Cocoa Brown.